as we've come to expect here during our NOS Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week presented by Honest Abe Roofing. And if one driver is dominating in A-feature wins, there's certainly another dominating in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Leary, second night in a row, second time during Sprint Week, eighth time overall this season. They have got qualifying down to a science so far this year.
And he said in years past when he has, I think in the past, I believe 2019 picked up more qualifying times than most in a season, perhaps.
I believe you're right.
However, he said in the past that that's his favorite part of the night, and that's the area where they feel like they really have hit the nail on the head. So as far as heat race action goes, just, surviving that part of the night and then getting to the feature event and really being able to focus on what you want to do on your car to make it essentially behave the way you want it to.
So we'll see if it pays off for him. That's going to put him here in Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1. Let's set the stage. Driver of the poles out of Brazil, Indiana, driven the Youngblood Farms at DRC Chassis. Jason Kiefer racing number 16. It's going to be Harley Burns. Outside of row number 1, that's going to be Xavier Doney. He's out of Odessa, Missouri, driven the Motor Haven RV and Boat Storage. Stanton Shanae Lawson, chassis number 74. Next row from the inside, this morning they had posted their sprint week was done. But alas, they have a ride out of Arlington, Texas. The Baldwin Fox Racing, Velocity USA, Fox Paving number 5. It's going to be Anton Hernandez. And lining up to his right is going to be Mitchell Moles out of Raisin City, California. The AMA Electrical, Messiah Valley Transportation, Walker Filtration number 19 AZ. Logan Seavey, 12-time winner so far this season, picking up win number 12 last night at Lawrenceburg at Sutter, California. The Honest Abe Roofing, Rockwell Security, Indy Custom Stone number 57. And outside of him, that is your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier tonight, CJ Leary at Greenfield, Indiana. The Altos Power Equipment, Valvoline, one-way DRC chassis number 15X. Chase Stockin back behind the wheel of a DRC chassis here tonight. The one-way power, or the Fisher-powered, rather, Bandit Ag, Davis Brothers, Superior Truck and Trailer number 5S, going to roll off from the inside of row number 4. Next to him, coming to us out of Goodyear, Arizona, the MP Environmental one-way XXX chassis, Chuck D's Wieners, number 4C. It's going to be Logan Calderwood. As looking to your next row from the inside, first start of the week for Trey Osborne out of Columbus, Ohio. Switching up numbers on us, going back to his 11T in the Industrial Hydraulics Incorporated. Hidden Hoof Hollow Farms, Bold Wraps and Graphics, number 11T. Next to him is going to be Scotty Weir. Weir coming to us out of Marion, Indiana, the Physical Medicine Consultants, Densland DRC Chassis, number 47X. And final row from the inside, RJ Johnson out of Levine, Arizona, the Next Gen Landscaping, Freeland Power, DRC Chassis, number 77S. And your final starter, set to be the driver out of Bedford, Indiana. That's going to be the TJD Roofing and Exteriors, Auto Credit, Airmaster Heating and AC, Tommy D's Windows, Doors, and more, number 24M of Hunter Maddox. As that'll be your lineup here for Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 1 of 4. Brought Supply Heat Race number 2, TJ Ford's Heat Race number 3, and then Car IQ Heat Race number 4 on the docket. Top 5 go to the A, 6th, 7th, and 8th into your Elliott's Custom Trailers and Cars semi-feature event. Everybody else into a TrailerAlarms.com C Main.
Find it interesting as the week grows longer, the trailers start rolling into the racetrack just a little bit later. That was the case for several of the drivers in this field tonight. Things just get a little bit tougher when stuff gets torn up and you have to replace it on such short notice.
Doesn't help when traffic around the Circle City
is
just a little bit not working to your favor. That's what happened to a lot of drivers. We saw that last night as well. Drivers kind of get from Indianapolis down to Lawrenceburg. As we're underway in this one, everybody past the NOS Energy start can. Battle at the front. Xavier Doney working the outside. Going to come around to lead lap number 1.
So Xavier Doney and Harley Burns really going out at Mitchell Moles, meanwhile, sitting in third, trying to find a way through. He might be able to get it done this time, but Harley Burns going to shut the door as Xavier Doney goes to the top side.
Thought about taking it 3 wide. Thought better of it, though, as it's going to be Burns coming around to lead lap number 2. Doney back to second now. Here comes the flying fajita. He's sizzling on the inside. Look to the outside, though, for the 57 to Logan Seavey. Seavey into the 4th spot here. Right now, Hernandez sitting in the transfer, the final transfer into the main event. He'll have the 15 stalking him. Leary right now sitting 1 spot shy. Race for the lead ongoing.
Mitchell Moles goes to the inside of Harley Burns. He gets a little bit of room to get it done as we've got one stopping on the top side of turns number 3 and 4.
So that pass will be negated as they did not come around to make it official. That is Xavier Doney, who had been battling up there at the front of the field. Mechanical problems will strike the number 74, and the TNT Performance Equine entry going to roll to a stop. So Harley Burns going to hold on to the lead. See if he changes tactics here on the restart. The 19, finding that bottom side open, was able to toss it in and get the pass. So An ill-timed caution for Moles, as that pretty much showed his hand.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, if I were Harley Burns, I suppose I would protect the bottom here against Mitchell Moles, knowing what kind of run he was able to get there. But I'm not Harley Burns, and he is not me, so he might do something entirely different.
Of course, the driver chasing him right now in that third spot, Logan Seavey. Anton Hernandez up at a fourth in the 15X as C.J. Leary now going to move into a transfer spot here. It's going to be Moles going up to the high side. Burns doing exactly what he thought he was going to do. He protects the bottom side. He's going to force the 19 up high, and he's going to get the pass off of turn number 4. Close quarters racing, and Moles going to take over.
It didn't matter where Mitchell Moles had to go. He was going to get it done. A lot of good speed out of the 19 AZ right now. He's able to make that car kind of work on any groove. You see him go back to the bottom there as Harley Burns going to try to miss the bottom side of the racetrack, and Logan Seavey now in pursuit of second.
The Brit Aero number 16 so far able to fend off the charge of the 57. The Honest Abe roofing entry going to work onto the back straightaway. We'll see where he rides into turns 3 and 4. He's going to look to the high side. Anton Hernandez is going to come after him on the inside. The Baldwin Fox Racing entry not able to get the run. Neither can the Abacus number 57. Still riding in that third spot with Leary chasing him in 15.
CJ Leary now comfortably riding in that 5th and final transfer position as 6 on back is quite a ways behind us. Chase Stockin kind of leading that pack with Scotty Weir. Meanwhile, Mitchell Moles checking out down the backstretch.
Stockin on the outside. The car gets tied up with the cushion. Thought he was going to give the spot back to the 11T. Osborne not able to get by. Now going to try to get over in turns 3 and 4. It will be Stockin with the advantage. White flag coming this time, though, for your leader, Mitchell Moles. And the number 19 going to roll around comfortably, looking for heat race win number 4 on the season. Burns sitting in second as they work onto the backstretch. Leader coming around to the front stretch as he gapped him once he got there. Checker flag dropping here at Simpson Race Products heat race number 1. Mitchell Moles going to grab the heat race win. Harley Burns going to hold on to second. Logan Seavey in third. Anton Hernandez, C.J. Leary, those 5 drivers going on into your feature event. Stockin, Osborne, Calderwood going into your Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature. Weir, Johnson, Maddox, and Doney going on into the TrailerAlarms.com C-Main. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, he comes to you out of Raisin City, California, driving the CFLA Transportation, Reinbold Underwood Motorsports, AME Electrical, number 19 AZ. Race fans, give him a hand. Mitchell Moles as we take it down trackside.
Thank you so much, Brian. As you said, his 5th heat race win on the season. Of course, Mitchell still very much in the hunt for the 2024 Indiana Sprint Week title, but Mitchell, it looked like he really had to be patient there the first couple laps when Doney and the 16 of Harley Burns were battling in front of him, and it looked like he had the faster car. But how hard is it to be patient in a situation like that where you definitely have the faster car, you just don't have anywhere to go?
I think you just got to grow up a little bit, you know what I mean? You got to. I've crashed a lot, and I've tore a lot of stuff up making moves early on stuff like that when it really doesn't matter. You give us 10 laps in these deals, so you got to just wait your turn, and worked out there for me. We didn't qualify as good as we wanted, 9th, which you got to really be in the top 6 here nowadays. So this will put us a little closer to the front.
And it certainly will. Mitchell Moles gets the job done in Simpson Race Products, heat race number 1.
Thank you very much, Drake. As we roll into Rhonda Supply Heat Race number 2, drivers slated for the pole in this one is all the way from Snohomish, Washington. The Rudian Racing, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts. Scott Baylor Power, DRC number 26. It's going to be Chance Crum lining up next to him. It's going to be the 21 AZ, a Dason Pursley at Locust Grove, Oklahoma. The Special Olympics of Indiana, Apache Transport, Amsoil, Beaver Stripes, Team Arizona Racing number 21. Second row from the inside, it's going to be Kyle Shipley at Phoenix, Arizona. The Cox Body Shop, Quick Time Electric, Trainer Chevrolet Power number 4U. And outside of him, Justin Grant out of Ione, California. The NOS Energy Drink, Boat Foundation, MPV Express, Top Industries number 4. Next row from the inside, it's going to be Shane Cottle out of Kansas, Illinois. The Epperson Painting Incorporated, Speedway Power, DRC Chassis, PPG number 2E. And from the 6th starting spot, it'll be Kevin Thomas Jr. Kevin out of Coleman, Alabama. In the Inferno Armor Lynch Machining, Lucas Oil Center, Stanton Powered, Mach 1 Chassis number 3R. The 14 in, that is going to be Kevin Newton out of Farmersburg, Indiana. The Honest Abe Roofing Metal Supply Depot, Kistler DRC Chassis entry. He'll go from the 7th starting spot. And outside of him, it's going to be Cal Drake out of Collinsville, Oklahoma. The Honest Abe Roofing Claxon DRC Chassis number 2B. Rylan Gray out of Greenfield, Indiana. The Speedtown Comfort Finish Line Mowing Car Bright DRC Chassis number 06 from the 9th starting spot. And Matt Goodnight from 10th and 39 out of Winchester, Indiana. The Lumber and Things Pallet Builders Claxon DRC Chassis number 39G. Final row from the inside, Brent Beauchamp out of Fairland, Indiana. The Day-by-Day Plumbing and Pressure Washing Ryder Spike Chassis number 11. And your final starter comes to you all the way from Tillamore, New South Wales, Australia. Driving the TCM Claxon Triple X number 45 in. That is Troy Carey. As that'll be your scheduled lineup here for Rhonda Supply Heat Race number 2.
So Kevin Thomas Jr. rolling off from that second fast and Honest Abe Roofing qualifying position. in this Rod and Supply Heat Race number 2. He's trying to rebound from 2 very unfortunate nights. Had that incident up at Kokomo Speedway in the turns number 3 and 4 while battling for the 2nd position. And then last night, of course, at Lawrenceburg Speedway, had some mechanical trouble that sent him pit side.
And I believe Drake York with an update.
Well, Brian, the 2B at Cale Drake slowed after his run in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, went back in the pit area just before opening ceremonies and talked to Cale. He said, we have no idea what happened. It just died on me. But nonetheless, they've been able to get it fixed here and ready to go for Rod and Supply Heat Race number 2. And Brian, we've talked about it a lot. He's had a tough Indiana sprint week, and he's just happy to be here. So very excited to see what Cale Drake can do starting from 8th here. And he's done a really good job at keeping a positive attitude all week long so far.
Thank you very much. Chance Crum in the 26, Dason Person in the 21 on that front row. Starting point is that NOS Energy start can. Up to number 4, we go to green.
Drake's really driven home what a great Indiana Sprint Week Chance Crum has had so far. This start, no different. Dason Pursley going to get a little bit loose on the top side of the racetrack. They get stacked up behind him.
You've been on the 465 lately? It kind of looks like that.
So I don't believe that started with Dason Pursley. He was well out in front of that. He just got up on the top side of the racetrack, bobbled a little bit, kept going, and perhaps maybe somebody hit the brakes back there that got that started.
Trying to look through in where the flag stand is kind of where all that started, about mid-pack.
Definitely saw the 4 of Justin Grant involved in that at some point or another. He continues rolling on. Everything looks straight except for the front bumper.
Check on the replay here on FloRacing, and Shipley. Car getting out from underneath him a little bit, trying to get it gathered back up, but everybody right there playing bumper tag. They'll slow the frame rate down here as Grant gets a great launch, and you can see him. He's doing everything he can to try to get woed up, but it's just a little too late. He does get into the back bumper, and unfortunately, that's where everything kind of goes to pot from there.
Yeah, you can definitely see Justin Grant trying to take evasive action there. Just not enough time and not enough space to make that work. So the 06 of Rylan Gray going to go off on the hook. They're going to hook that one up, take it back to the pits, and try to get that thing fixed and turned around for the TrailerAlarms.com C-Main.
Looks like Cale Drake, a little bit of damage on the left side there. That Nerf iron caved in a little bit.
And that isn't necessarily always a huge issue. If it's getting into the tire, big deal. If it's getting into the drag link or other parts that are involved with the front axle assembly, then that can also be a big issue. We saw that last night. Kyle Cummins trying to repair that on Justin Grant's car. So definitely can be a factor, but in the case of Cale Drake, not entirely sure whether or not it's going to be something that could have an impact here.
You know, went down, had an opportunity to talk with Justin about it a little bit, and he said, you know what, I've made plenty of mistakes. I wasn't mad. I wasn't, he came down, he admitted, you know what, it was on me, and he goes, I can respect that. As I believe Drake with another update.
Well, I got a good look at the 06 of Rylan Gray, and basically, Brian, on the left front, everything is knocked out of that race car, but the axle did look straight, so if the axle is indeed straight, they could just bolt on a shock, torsion arm, and radius rods, and they should be able to go, but nonetheless, a tough break for Rylan Gray.
So we'll try it again.
Complete double file restart here.
So Crum in the 26, good initial start. We'll see if he gets it again here on round number 2.
You have to wonder if Dason Pursley has done anything with this little bit of time they've had under caution to try and tune on the shocks perhaps a little bit and get just a little bit better, knowing now what he sees on the racetrack.
Round of the NOS Energy start can to the green.
Another really good start for Chance Crum. He's going to move up the racetrack a little bit, force Dason Pursley up. That gets him a little bit loose and up to the top side of the racetrack once again, but he's going to battle back and get back in front of Justin Grant for that second position.
Opens the door for the number 4 to the inside. Grant right there, going to take it as they come around to complete lap number 1. Chance Crum, though, going to lead the way. Pursley up on the outside. Now going to have Kevin Thomas Jr. looking to the inside of him as they work off into turns 3 and 4.
Kevin Thomas Jr. riding 4th right now from 6. Shane Cottle going to enter the picture. He's on the bottom side of the racetrack. We've seen him wheel the 2E to plenty of heat race victories in this same exact fashion at this racetrack, no less.
And it's funny, they call him Shane Cottle, they call him the Throttle, but man, he has been masterful on the bottom throughout the entire Indiana Sprint Week so far. as he goes to work on the 3R. Battle for the lead. Pursley changing from the top down to the bottom, trying to get a run on Chance Crum here. Off into turns 3 and 4. Crum to the outside. Pursley down to the bottom. Advantage to the routine racer number 26.
Little moment there for Justin Grant just a minute ago, and car kind of wanted to turn around on him. He had to really kind of almost come to a stop to avoid that infield tractor tire, because that would have been a complete disaster, and get this thing pointed back in the right direction. Dason Pursley all over Chance Crum for the lead.
Boy, I thought he was going to push him into turns 1 and 2 there for a second. Finally peels it down to the bottom. This time has a better run as they work into turns 3 and 4. Brings her up across the racetrack. Crum going to try to turn to his inside, but you're going to have a new leader. The Special Olympics of Indiana 21 AZ. Dason Pursley going to take over with 4 to go.
So Dason Pursley really motivated to pick up this heat race win. Didn't qualify the way that they wanted to in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, so this is going to change the outlook of his entire night. He begins to drive away.
Near the bottom of the inversion, put him on the front row, like you said, as now he's going to run away. Crum in second. Justin Graham trying to reel him in right now. He looked to the inside of a 2. Going to try the inside again of a turn number 4. As time is running out at the line, though, it will be Grand with the advantage by .014.
Shane Cottle sits in the 5th and final transfer position, but Kyle Shipley is rallying back. He's going around the top side of the racetrack. I'm not even sure if they know he's there right now.
Boy, Shipley is just letting that right rear eat up on the cushion. He's going to roll top side. Does he have a run onto the back straightaway? It's going to be blocked as they work into turns 3 and 4. 2 more turns, trying to make something happen. He'll throw it in deep into turns 3 and 4 as the checker flag is out on this one. He'll come up one shy of getting it done as Dason Pursley grabs the win. Justin Grant in second, Kevin Thomas Jr. in third, Shane Cottle and Chance Crum ends up at the final transfer spot. Shipley, Drake, Beauchamp, Newton, Goodnight, Carey, and Gray unofficially rounding out your field. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, he comes to you out of Locust Grove, Oklahoma, driving the Special Olympics of Indiana, Apache Transport AMSO number 21 AZ. Race fans, give him a hand, Dason Pursley, as we go down to Drake.
Dason Pursley getting the job done in Rod and Supply heat race number 2. 4th heat race win on the season for the driver of the 21 AZ, and coming into the night, 4th in Austin Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week points for the 21 AZ, off a top 5 finish last night. And Dason, you were all over Chance Crum. You went to the bottom a couple of times and that didn't stick, so eventually you threw a slider. At what point did you kind of have to abandon that effort on the bottom and just throw the slider on him?
Yeah, it was a pretty tricky heat race there. Justin and Chance were kind of just, setting a good pace there, and it was kind of hard for me to move around. So just tried to run the top as far as I can the first couple laps, ended up getting over it, and just didn't do a good enough job. So decided to kind of try the bottom out there in 1 and 2 and just calm down and, get up on the wheel there, and was able to slip by Justin there after he got a little free off 4, and then was able to just kind of work the bottom there and get by Chance on the back straightaway, and then ended up just pulling away there. So this car is really, really good. I just felt like I've done a mediocre job at driving it, and we're got a lot better starting spot here tonight, so excited for it.
After a few mistakes early in the running of Rod and Supply heat race number 2, Dason Pursley makes some adjustments as it pays off as he's your winner.
Thank you very much. We go into TJ Ford's heat race number 3. Evan Mosley at Elpel, Indiana, the CB Fabricating. Evan Jackson Power, Sinead Lawson Chassis, H4 Racing number 27, going to be the pole this one. Outside of him, Robert Ballou to Rockland, California, the Suburban Subaru. Burks Western Telecom, Core Installation, Hinchman, Indy, number 12. Next row from the inside, Todd Hobson at a Clyde, Victoria, Australia, the MBL Transport of Avon, Indiana, Freeland Power and Maxim Chassis. Wingo Brothers Racing number 77. He'll roll from 3rd from 4th. That's going to be Braden Fox out of Avon, Indiana. The Jarvis Enterprises, Fox Power, DRC Chassis number 53. Brady Bacon inside of your next row at a Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. The Bullseye Pest Control, Ryder Triple X Chassis, Fatheads Thompson Family number 69. And next to him, it's going to be Ricky Lewis out of Oxnard, California. Driving the Morris Farms, D Transport, J&M Racing, Stensland number 41. Frankie Guarini all the way from San Rafael, California, driving the Z-Max, FG3 Power, DRC Chassis, FK Indy number G3. Going to go for the inside of run number 4. And your 8th starter set to be Gabriel Gilbert out of Greenwood, Indiana, the Chevrolet Powered Hawk Chassis number 10J. Next row from the inside to Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania, the JPA Masonry Newman Chevrolet X number 88J. It's going to be Joey Amantia. He'll roll from 9th from 10th. Set to be the 28 machine. The driver out of Terre Haute, Indiana, the Maddox Heating and Cooling Gressman entry. That is Brandon Maddox. Final starter. She is out of Dillsboro, Indiana, driving the Clark Home Services, heavy-duty truck and transmission, Davis Brothers, KO Motorsports number 5K, that is Kayla Rell. As that'll be our scheduled lineup for TJ Ford's heat race number 3 here with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship.
My buddy Chickasaw Jerry in the house. He's been at every race this week.
Where's Jerry? There's
Jerry's
Jerry.
right here. He's hanging out. He's been at every race this week. He's doing the Lord's work, doing just as much as the rest of us. So he's on the tour as much as any of us are.
Who's he repping tonight? He's repping Brady tonight.
It's not a bad bet.
Not a bad bet.
You're getting a look at John Stanborough on FloRacing right now, who's helping out
We're talking about you, Jerry.
Joey Mantia. Yep. Give Jerry a good shout out.
So Evan Mosley had a couple of starts last year at Gas City and Lincoln Park. Ended up 10th last night in your Elliott's Custom Trailers to Kart semi-feature event down at Lawrenceburg. Goes from the pole here in TJ Ford's heat race number 3. The heat race winningest driver of them all, Robert Ballou, going to go 3 wide to the middle here. We'll see if he can walk away with a top spot in the opening lap. Mosley going to take him into turns 3 and 4. Ballou down to the bottom. Here comes the 12. At the line, it's going to be the Madman leading in lap number 1.
Robert Ballou certainly made quick work of that one. Meanwhile, Brady Bacon sitting outside of a transfer position right now. He's going to have Frankie Guarini and Braden Fox to pass if he wants to get in.
Up on the outside goes the 69, chasing the 53 right now. The G3 down to his inside. Everybody throwing it into the bottom to letting it swing out. Bacon still hustling the high side of the speedway. Still sitting outside of a transfer spot right now. That is in the hands of Frankie Guarini. And now Brady Bacon going to get a 2-for-1 deal at the exit to number 4. Slips her up into the 4th spot. So Brady Bacon going to put himself into the show for the time being. Oh, look out, Guarini. Where are you going?
Ricky Lewis going to follow suit with the 69, and Brady Bacon just saw him pass a couple cars on the top side of the racetrack. He moves up as well, going to try to get himself into a transfer position as well. Right now, he holds down that 5th spot.
Remember, it was just a few weeks ago, actually about a couple of months ago now, where Brady Bacon finally picked up his first USAC National Sprint Car victory of the season here in prelim competition in Circle City. And he's going to rocket off of the high side of turns 3 and 4 to move up into the 2nd spot. But does he have anything left to reel in Robert Ballou?
Evan Mosley and Todd Hobson both sitting in front of Ricky Lewis right now, who is finding every which way to try and get around the racetrack. Just not quite wide enough for Ricky Lewis.
Robert Ballou coming around to 3 to go. Brady Bacon, the distance 2nd. Battle for 3rd on back. It is anybody's race right now. You got the 27 of Mosley being contested by Hobson. You got Ricky Lewis in there as well. 3 cars all going for 3rd right now. Oh, look out. The 77 hooked that infield tire, takes it around. And he's going to keep it rolling, but he will be the caution. He was trying a breakdance move over in turn number 4, and it didn't work out for him.
And there's a good chance it perhaps broke something on the front axle of that race car. Otherwise, maybe just deemed it wasn't worth going to the tail for the final 3 laps of TJ Ford's heat race number 3. But it looks like they're going to put it on the hook, so most likely some damage.
Conveniently pulled it down right to the tow truck.
And that was a good move.
Yeah, he clipped the tire and around she went. Bryce Worthington, make your way down to the USAC merchandise trailer. You are tonight's AMSOIL Inside the Oval winner. Again, Bryce Worthington, go down to the USAC merchandise trailer. And I believe Drake with an update.
Brian, just got to look at the 77 of Todd Hobson, and that drag link has disconnected to where it hooks on the left front of that race car. So that is heat race done for Todd Hobson. Tough break for the 77.
We're getting bad information here. Bob Worthington.
He probably knew what you meant.
He knew what we meant. Last name's Worthington, first initial B.
Shirley.
Go down to, no, not Shirley, Bob.
And don't call me Shirley.
Thank you. You picked up exactly where I was going with that. Back to green.
So Brady Bacon going to have one shot at the lead here. Robert Ballou continues to drive away, but he might have something before him before it's all said and done. Robert Ballou to the bottom. Brady Bacon to the top side of the racetrack. White flag is out.
Final time around, Bacon. He's been lethal on the high side. We'll see if he has anything for Ballou, who has been just as dominant on the bottom side of the racetrack. Works it into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. The Madman will not be denied. Robert Ballou going to pick up his 10th heat race win of the season. He's the first driver to make it to double digits in heat race wins. Brady Bacon crossing in second. Ricky Lewis, Evan Mosley, Braden Fox. Those 5 drivers are going to move on to your feature event. Frankie Guarini, Joey Amantia, Brandon Maddox going into your semi-feature event. Gabriel Gilbert, Kayla Rell, and Todd Hobson going on into the C. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, out of Rockland, California, the Suburban Subaru, Berks Western Telecom, Hinchman Indy number 12. Give him a hand, Robert Ballou, as we go down trackside.
Make it double-digit heat race wins on the season for the Madman, Robert Ballou in the number 12. And Robert, you told me at Lincoln Park Speedway after you crashed into the semi-feature, hey, our sprint week's over. Well, coming into tonight, you're 9th in sprint week points. Do you still think there's a chance you could claw your way up to the front?
I'm going to say no if I'm being optimistic. You know, it's one of them deals. Logan Seavey's going to win unless he screws up. They're the class of the field right now, and everyone's gunning to be even on the same straightaway as him. So this Suburban Subaru, Deaton's Waterfront Service, Core Furniture Insulation, DRC Maxim. I mean, the DRC factory cane shocks is fast. It's just a tricky track. Makes for great racing for the fans. It's slick and it's just going to be slicey and dicey, and that's what the fans spend their money for. It's a totally different animal from last night, where it was kind of pretty much follow the leader, and this is what the fans want. They want to see elbows up, side by side, 2 and 3 wide, slicing and dicing. It's expensive to get into these racetracks, and this is what they're here for. They're going to get their money's worth tonight, I'm sure of that.
Robert Ballou, always with some good insight. Once again, 10 heat race wins on the season so far for the Madman. He gets it done in TJ Ford's heat race number 3.
Thank you very much. Car IQ heat race number 4, staging out to the Speedway. We find Kobe Simpson at Bottom, Texas on the pole. This one, the B-Town Automotive Canada DRC chassis number 21K. Next to him is going to be Jake Swanson out of Anaheim, California, the Landon Simon Racing at DRC J&D Chevrolet number 24. Next row from the inside, it's going to be Matt Westfall out of Pleasant Hill, Ohio, the Ray Marshall Motorsports Buckeye Machine Fabricators number 33M. And next to him is going to be Carson Garrett from the 4th starting spot. He's out of Littleton, Colorado, the Altos Power Equipment one-way DRC chassis number 15. Briggs Danner out of Allentown, Pennsylvania, the Boulevard Truck Repair, E. Schneider & Sons Recycling. Davis Brothers, number 39. He'll go for the inside of row number 3. Outside of him, it's going to be the 3P of Kyle Cummins out of Princeton, Indiana, the Avanti Windows and Doors Stanton Mach 1 chassis entry. Charles Davis Jr. out of Buckeye, Arizona, the MP Environmental. FK Indy, AME Electrical, Spider Crane, number 47, going from the 7th starting spot. Next to him, picked up a local win here with the Boss Series in June at Zach Pretorius at Yorktown, Indiana. The Oak Motors, Pizza King, Harley Davidson of Indianapolis, number 9Z. Jaden Rogers out of Worthington, Indiana, the Midwest Downhill Service. Shane Wade Enterprises, Spec Amati Racing, number 66, will go for the inside of row number 5. And from the 10th starting spot, set to be Jack Hoyer, the Intech Management Group, Claxon Triple X chassis number 11X. Final starter is Sam Hines. Hines out of Westfield, Indiana, the Edge Rock Development Chevrolet DRC chassis, High Sky VP number 71H. As that'll be your scheduled lineup here for Car IQ heat race number 4. Tim, glad you're tuning in here. Tim Spillman, our USAC Silver Crown chaplain, recovering from a major accident.
Yeah, glad to see that Tim is on the mend at home, able to watch on FloRacing. So with us in spirit, certainly.
Got Nick out in California checking in as well. The shoe. Oh, Danny Klum checking in on the broadcast as well. All the years I worked in ASCS, between him and Richard Bales, I'm trying to find out who sent me more pictures.
77 would be the second guy to get the front row, but he needs 4 fastest cars.
So the Toyota Racing Development Pacer are going to bring him onto the back straightaway. Kobe Simpson on the pole this one. Jake Swanson, Samsonite.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I dropped one movie reference and you got it.
No,
you missed
I don't
this
get
one.
that one.
Okay.
Sorry.
Back to green.
Glad to see Jake Swanson back with Indiana Sprint Week. Carson Garrett gets in a little bit hot, has to turn it up toward the wall, and now they're almost 4 wide for the lead.
Wow, look at that. Swanson going to thread the needle into turns 3 and 4. Does he come away with it? They're 3 wide around to the front straightaway. It will be the 21 on the outside. Kobe Simpson holds on to the top spot, but they leave the high side open. And here comes Carson Garrett saying, see ya, as they work into turns 3 and 4.
So that one little error in turns number 1 and 2 did not deter Carson Garrett, and good thing now he begins to drive away from the field, but Kyle Cummins beginning to generate some speed on the top.
Boy, and Cummins also taking advantage. Everybody kind of middle to bottom at both ends of the racetrack on that lap, and that allows 2 of them to snake on by for first and second. You're going to have Garrett leading, Cummins running in second. Then you have Simon, own number 24, Swanson right now running in the 3rd spot. Battle for 4th, Simpson with Westfall coming after him, and they're battling side by side behind that.
So both Carson Garrett and Kyle Cummins, your 2 leaders of this Car IQ Heat Race number 4, cheating the cushion just a little bit to try and get in the entry, try and keep that car on the calmer side. It's working out so far. Carson Garrett beginning to set a torque pace.
So top 3 drivers all working the high side of the speedway. Looking back to 4th is still Kobe Simpson. Oh, look out. Charles Davis going to do his best Pluto and flush it over in turn number 4, and he's going to come to a stop. Didn't quite go all the way around, but he backs her down into the infield.
Got the right rear sort of up on that tractor tire. The rear tires, I should say, agree a lot more with the infield tires than the front tires do.
Everybody's aiming for our NOS Energy start cannon. One of the push trucks tried to steal it last night.
Oh.
We caught him. We got it back. Logan Seavey down at his trailer signing autographs right now. You can go down and get you a Logan Seavey t-shirt here once this heat race is done and get an autograph.
Yeah, there's plenty of merchandise down there. I see, a handful of trailers just from where I'm standing. Both the 12 of Robert Ballou, Mitchell Moles, and Logan Seavey share that merchandise trailer. I believe KO Motorsports has some merchandise down there available as well.
They do. We've also got, looks like Ricky Lewis has their van set up. Of course, Brady Bacon has their stuff set up.
CJ Leary, Kevin Thomas Jr. share a merchandise trailer down at the end of that row, and we're back to green.
Past the NOS Energy start can we go. Carson Garrett going to bring it back to life. The Avante windows and doors number 3 going to try the inside here on the restart. As caution. And the 21K, Kobe Simpson jumping out of line. It is nose to tail in each other's tire tracks until you pass that NOS Energy start can.
Yeah, so that was a pretty evident one there for Kobe Simpson. You were able to see it coming off of turn number 4 as they came to the start, just down a couple lanes further compared to everybody else.
So that does cost him 1 spot. Westfall going to take that away from him as we go back to green. Once again, Cummins going to try the bottom here on the restart. Nothing happened through turns 1 and 2. Going to go back to the high side over in turns 3 and 4. Here comes the 39 of Briggs Danner on the inside, looking for the transfer spot. He's got it.
Briggs Danner's giving it all he's got right now, that backup car. He did not want to translate back to that, but going to have to make it work here as he holds down that transfer position right now. Kobe Simpson now 1 spot out looking in.
Again, 10 laps of distance in these heat races. We have 3 laps to go. Carson Garrett just turning his quickest lap of this heat race at a 12.750 lead by a little shy of a second. Kyle Cummins running in that second spot. Jake Swanson running in 3rd. Matt Westfall running in 4th. Briggs Danner running in 5th. Kobe Simpson running in 6th. Pretorius running in 7th. Hoyer, Rogers, and Hines is your top 10.
Carson Garrett going to come around to take the white flag. Kyle Cummins still holding down a very comfortable second, not reeling in the 15 of Carson Garrett. They're on the top side of the racetrack right now. Jake Swanson, Matt Westfall, all pretty well spaced out.
3rd time this season, he's going to grab a heat race win. He gets it done in Car IQ heat race number 4. It will be the 15 of Carson Garrett getting it done. Kyle Cummins in 2nd, Jake Swanson in 3rd, Matt Westfall in 4th, Briggs Danner in 5th. Those 5 drivers moving on into your feature. Kobe Simpson, Jack Hoyer, Zach Pretorius going into the semi-feature event. Jaden Rogers, Sam Hines, and Charles Davis Jr. going on into the C. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, he comes to you out of Littleton, Colorado, driving the BGE Darty Motorsports, Altus Power Equipment, one-way number 15. Race fans, give him a hand. Carson Garrett as we go down trackside.
The Colorado kid, Carson Garrett, picks up his 3rd heat race win on the season here in Car IQ heat race number 4. It's been a very tumultuous sprint week so far for Carson and crew, but Carson, you won by over 1.7 seconds over Kyle Cummins, arguably one of the better cars here so far during NOS Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week. So how much confidence does that give you and your team?
It's kind of funny because we were just talking about how many heat races we won this year, and just how our bad luck has just followed us through these last few nights, and it seemed like we never could catch a break. Both CJ and I have just had really rough nights. Seems like we start off really well, and then something happens, and it's just unfortunate because both these cars, I feel like, are 2 of the fastest cars here in the pits every time we unload, and sometimes we just need a little good luck to go our way. But these guys back at the trailer, excuse my language, but I've got a badass crew behind me, and there's nobody else that I would want to support me and get us up and down the road. So thank you all to all my sponsors and the guys back at the trailer for never giving up on me.
Carson Garrett gets a big win here in Car IQ heat race number 4. Really going to help out his starting spot in tonight's feature event, Brian.
Indeed it is. Thank you very much. Down at the souvenir trailers, Logan Seavey again is down there. Mitchell Moles is also down at that souvenir trailer. Go down and get an autograph and get a t-shirt. As right now, the fabled Crown Vics up next.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian. And time to have a little fun with things. That's going to be with the Crown Vics Victory Lane Car and Truck Sales. Sponsors of the division here. Nice full field of Crown Vic. Going to make a nice big feature tonight.